Hello and welcome to an old game, Avernum Escape from the Pit. I first played this in the 90s when I was a teenager. Back then it was known as Exile, Escape from the Pit. I played this game on a Macintosh, pretty old one over at my friend's house. I don't know if it was available on PC at the time or not. I kind of remember looking for it and couldn't find it, but the game is interesting to say the least. It had a little bit of an issue where I recorded a video of it and then I don't know if there's a way to delete files or not. I'll just have to overwrite those. But basically, the way that it works is you build your four-person party. You can click on the picture to change the picture. You can change their name, the character type. I typically play a wizard, so I will put myself in the back row. Not that that really makes a difference, but you got different character images that you can cycle through. I kind of like that one. And then I don't want to be a priest, so I'll change that to, what is it? Sorcerer? Yeah, that one. And then we need a healer, so we'll get a priest. And then rebels, they're good at thrown missiles, they're good at tools, they're good at a whole bunch of different things, but we need range. So there's an archer. And then a soldier is good. They're the all-around defensive person. Berserkers do more damage and they can carry more, and they have more benefits to melee weapons. So I might want to go with them. Yeah, I'll take a berserker. So switch him around. Yeah. It's not so new that you can... Oh, that was actually the one I wanted right there. It's not so new that you have like left-right arrows so you can go back in your selection. Don't care so much about the names of any of the others. I'll just play on casual for the sake of showing it off. Here's a story. You can you can pause the video if you want to read that. But it's basically anyone who does not fit in with the people who rule the entire surface world. If you don't fit in with them, then they exile you to Avernum, which is the subterranean realm. And for whatever our personal reason, whether we attacked someone, committed a crime, or just plain voiced our displeasure with the system, we were sent to Avernum. Now, this is kind of the tutorial cave area. There's a lot of reading that happens in this game because it is old. I mean, this game predates EverQuest, which didn't have spoken words. You had to read everything and type your responses and all that. And then it's tile-based, turn-based. You can find stuff like this cloak here. If you hit G, it opens it up. And because this adds plus 2% armor, give it to this guy. They're giving me the tutorial on what to do, like to find stuff in the world, how to equip items and armor and so on. And then combat. There we go. So this runs through turns. The highlighted person is the one that's playing. You have your melee attack. If you have one, you have your range attack, or you have your battle disciplines, which is what a melee person like him is going to have, or a ranged person like her. Then you have your priest spells, which is what she'll have, and then you have your mage spells, which is what I will have. And then you can click on here to see all available skills, and he has access to Well-Aimed Blow, so I will assign that to F5. So since he can run up there and attack, oh, that took all of his movement. They're going to get a nice hit on us. I have access to these 4 abilities. Unfortunately, you have to click and click. The remake for Avernum came out in early 2000s. I don't know exactly when, but when the remake came out, they put it in a new engine. Originally, there was Avernum 1, or there was Exile 1, 2, and 3, and then they were rebranded as Avernum in the early 2000s, and then they were remade in the new engine a little while after they released, what was it, 4, 5, and 6, I think? So now that he has used an ability, he has fatigue, and she has the same ability despite being an archer. And she's not as good at hitting, so she missed. Now, I don't have the best regeneration, so like her spell energy is at 51 to 55, mine's at 53 to 55. It takes a lot less. Once you're out of combat, you can press this or press F to end combat, and your formation goes back to normal. And then I saw them dropping things, so like we have leather armor, so I can take that. Anything, his carrying capacity right here, that's only what your character is wearing. And I believe coins are shared. Yeah, coins are shared throughout the whole party. So he is wearing 16 pounds, and this is his entire inventory. So if I put the boots on, he's now carrying 19 pounds. All of this weighs nothing. Shield is good because he's a melee type. Bow for the archer. And then short sword for him. Oh. That goes in, yeah, that's a shield slot. So I'll give that to her. And then coins just go straight in there. You'll notice if you look at some of these that they have a value of 20, value of 24, but these don't. They just have a weight. This doesn't even have weight, so I'll have her take the dice, but I don't think there's a reason for us to take a mug. I think it's just fluff. There's some more critters. It automatically puts me into battle. What I can do is, where is it? There is the ability, I think if I just click on him, I can wait. Sure you want to end this character's turn? Yes. Alright, so now that it's her turn, I can swap using S to the default missile weapon. And now she can shoot. And if you hit space, that's also how you wait. That allows them to move in, takes a lot of their AP. So now I can hit them. With a ranged weapon, you cannot shoot someone immediately adjacent to you. Battle's over. So this way, using tactical combat, you can make sure that the enemies get minimal attacks on you, and that you have the best ability of surviving, getting through. The game has, if I understand correctly, it has multiple paths that you can take. And so, like, you could try to get to the surface. You might be able to try to take over. I'm pretty sure this game is basically just escape to the surface. But, like, she may not be able to attack that one because it's immediately adjacent, but she can attack this one. You want to be careful clicking on someone right above you, because this rat, I could accidentally pause her if I was trying to click on the rat, but it thought I was on her. Now, the game may not be the most attractive, but Notice these have a value of 60, that's why I took them. The game is not the most attractive, but it is still significantly higher graphics than it had when I first played it back in the 90s. The new engine definitely makes a difference in that. This is, rather than just the tutorial stuff, this is your first interaction with an NPC. And so you get to learn a little bit about what Avernites are, what he's doing here, what he expects. And then you can say things, you can be saucy if you so wish. More information on combat. The record button, that's right. If you talk to her, she has a little quest to give you. You can record anything that someone says into your journal, and then when you go into your journal, you have multiple tabs, and you can look at that particular thing. It tells you where, who, and what they said. But if it's a quest, usually you get the same information in the quest tab. So, how did you come here? Do you need my help? I will free you. This is our first humans battle. So I'm going to let them come closer to me, but she can shoot. And then because there's so many of them, I'm going to summon a beast. I don't have any control over it, but this bat is going to take some shots for us. It's going to go attack things for us. I'm going to have her throw out protection, which makes it so that they have a harder time hitting us. And over here you can see that we have turns remaining. We take less damage when they do hit us, and they have a 10% lower chance to hit. And it appears they're all melee. So, charge. Leader is dead. Now that I've done that, I have Cloak of Curses. This will last until we enter a town. So that's handy. We have a chance to make people weaker by doing that. She also has Smite, so she can smite people like that. The Nephil, the cat people, they're a bit weaker than the humans. Now, I'm going to have him do well-aimed blow on this dude, because that should one-shot. Have her shoot, because that should one-shot, and then I will do a bolt of fire. I'll just wait with her. Eventually, you'll get enough ranged weapons that you can have all of your people using ranged weapons if you need to, and then you don't have to worry about, yay, sticks. They don't have a value. Boots, give that to her, because your ranger will frequently come under attack as well. I don't know if the wooden shield is going to do anything like allowing her to block or whatnot, but it is 12% armor, so when she comes under attack, then she's not going to be in as bad of shape. And you can, while you're running around, you can check the ground more regularly. There's the guy that I need to take out, because he's the leader of these thugs. His brigands wanted to side with me, but he wouldn't let them. What a jerk. Now, poison came from my my Cloak of Curses, because you see down here the Cloak of Curses poisons the target. He is poisoned for 3 turns, and I don't remember if there's a way to look at him and see what his effects are. I don't see anything like a magnifying glass to inspect or something like that, so I don't think I have a way to do that. But Cave Wolves can do a bit of damage. Nephil Archer, I'll have her go after that one. Summon a beast again. I haven't gone into town, so I don't have to worry about refreshing Cloak of Curses, but I do have to refresh Shield Chant. Hee. Oh, he took poison damage. I thought he healed himself. That's better. I prefer. Kill that thing off. Yay. Take out the thug. Take out the other thug. Oof. Alright. Next turn, he should be able to do his Mighty Blow again. Get rid of you. Now, this fight you're not supposed to win. Ner! You jerk. Ha. Fight over. Bars of iron have a value. Bag of meal has a value. I don't know if there's crafting in like I turn these into an NPC or I do something with them, or if they just have a value and I sell them to a vendor. But the fact that that's 24 pounds and it's not affecting my carrying capacity, I like it. I can carry all those that I want. Let's just delay. And you'll notice that oh, I still have my giant rat. So it didn't take my turn because I can't cast summon spells while I already have a pet. That's good. You'll notice that my mana bar is getting pretty low. Where did the first one go? Oh, it's right there. See, this is where I can't change my angle, but if I tried to click on the rat, I'd pause on him. So I have to very carefully aim right above him. For her, I have to step away because he was in melee range. Now I came up here because there's crystals, there's meat. You can eat meat and that will heal you. And healing is a highly important thing to have. As you get better with your, like as you level up and stuff, you can get abilities that recover your stats after battle. Oh, click on this dude. There we go. More food. More crystal. And if there's something you can loot, it gets highlighted like that. No value. That has value, but it's actually usable. Give it to me. And more bars of iron. And then I could just go up here, but there are some people that I said I would save. So if I head up here, this game was made in the days when, oh, not that. This game was made in the days when you had to have good story. The graphics just weren't there. And so they thought about it. You can just follow Legrand up into the next room, or you can come back and talk to the person who gave you a quest. And so Legrand is gone. You can escape. We leveled up. Conversation ends. And you may have seen the little pop-ups of stats that we got for leveling up. Then you would... Oh, looks like I might be having a little tooltip saying what to do with this. But 1 point to spend. As a priest, I probably want to spend intelligence. These little pictures on the left, those are from the original game. And they're just goofy little pictures. They're all over here as well on the skills. But you spend your points, your attribute points, and then you spend your skill points afterwards. So as a priest, her intelligence increases spell energy and helps resist charming and other mental magic. Spell energy is going to be the blue bar, this right here. And regain energy, return to a friendly town, or drink a potion of energy. So the more you have, the better. And she's our healer, so we need her to have it. Now you see I have 2 points to spend down here. What I'm going to do is go over to Magic Miscellaneous. In order to learn something like, if I try to learn this, I can't increase it. It can only be as high as the highest skill below it. So this one leads to this one. I'd have to have points in Spellcraft in order to get resistance. But Arcane Lore is magical inscriptions and spells. The more of this in the group, the better. Also resists. Luck is good to have. Cave Lore is good to have. First Aid, at the end of combat, it will help restore some of our health and spell energy. The more opponents killed during the battle, the greater the effect. So the more people we fight in battle, the more we recover. But this is where I need to get to. Our ability to focus our mind whenever we cast a spell, there's a chance we won't spend all the spell energy we normally would. That's why she cast a spell and she was down like 5. I cast 2 spells, I was down 2. And then I don't need mage spells, but if I put another point into this, she can learn 3rd level cleric spells. Now, energy blessing increases max spell energy by 5%. That's good. Elemental focus is the mage thing. She doesn't have elemental spells. I'd have to teach her mage spells here in order to get access to mage spells. I could get improved intelligence. Good health increase in max health. So I think energy blessing is the best one for her. I'm finished training the character. What do you mean? Traits available 1. Oh, I didn't click here. I clicked the bar and it shifted to the bottom. That's what it did. So roughly the same thing as a wizard, a sorcerer. I want intelligence. I have spellcraft instead of this, but we both get arcane lore. And then I'm going to take 1 point of that. Resistance is good. But I think I'm going to want to get another point of mage spells. I think the highest mage spells go is 4 or 5. Energy blessing. It gets a little trickier when you get into melee classes. So as a ranged person, this is a chance to hit and damage with missile weapons, so definitely want to give her dexterity. You don't want to just mono attribute your characters, because you need this to resist charming and other mental magic. You need this to resist harmful magic and poisons. You need strength in order to increase your carrying capacity, which increases the gear that you can wear. But initially, I'm going to want some stats that increase my chance to hit, my number of spell points available, and so on and so forth. As a ranger, she starts with bows, or archer. She starts with points in bows. She starts with sharpshooter. Because she has a point in sharpshooter, I can get sniper, which gives a 5% per level chance of taking an extra shot in combat and a 3% chance of critical striking. Then there's also lethal blow. When attacking both a melee or missile weapon, gives you a 3% chance of doing far more damage. So I'm going to give her those two. Deadeye increases her chance to hit with missile, and then each level of this increases our damage with missile attacks by 3%. That's good. Give her that one. This guy, melee is a little bit tougher. You have bladed weapons, and then you have pull weapons, spears, pikes, halberds. So since he's sword and boarding, this is good for him. Blade Master makes you more effective with all blade and pull weapons, increases your damage and your chance to hit, and also helps you recover from fatigue more quickly. So the number of rounds you have to wait between using your combat maneuvers, that is reduced if you have enough levels in Blade Master. Hardiness is good because you just take less damage from everything. So I'm probably going to want to give him a point in that, but first I have to give him a point somewhere else. Strength is going to increase how much he can carry and how hard he hits. Endurance is going to increase how much of a beating he can take. For now, I know from the high level file that I have, my melee character is over encumbered. He has reduced combat abilities because he's wearing too much for his strength level. So I'm going to up his strength until he can wear good gear and not be inhibited in combat. So I'm going to give him a hardiness. Parry is good, and riposte is good, because this gives you a chance to reduce the damage from melee or missile. This has a chance where if someone is attacking you with melee, you basically sidestep and hit them back. And then quick action would be good, but I think I'm mostly going to focus on this one, these two, and that one for him. And then Sure Hand, increase the chance to hit with melee attacks by 5%. If you're encumbered, I think you reduce your chance to hit, so that's a good thing for him to have. And that's leveling up, questing, combat. The game is a lot deeper than this tutorial cave shows. So if you're interested in more of it, this kind of old school game I've always loved, just let me know. Now that I've played for a while, I should save the game. They're right, because if I want to come back, here, yes, overwrite, yes, and then overwrite my backup as well. So if you want to see more, let me know. Like, comment, subscribe, as always. And this is a 6-part game series. They're not insanely long, but at the same time, because they are story-based, they can take a while. Most likely, since I have the ability to do jump cuts, to do speed increases, stuff like that, I can kind of jump cut through all the slow kind of meh sections where I'll be walking around town talking to people, and that can take up most of a video's playtime, and then just be like, okay, so got this quest in town, need to go over here, let's go. Uh, so yeah, if you're interested, let me know. Always happy to have feedback. I am checking a little more frequently, especially since I get those notifications. And see you in the next video.